We now return to your regularly scheduled programming.
Speaking of consoles that we don't associate with, consoles that don't exist. You'll never see it, man. You'll never see it.
We can't touch it.
Ever.
And as soon as it comes out, you know who's not going to be able to touch it still?
You know who will touch it? Me.
So did you actually...
I pre-ordered it on Amazon.
I'm proud of you. I still need to actually talk to my wife to see if we're actually going to get it, because it sounds like I'm going to have to get 2 for us to actually play games.
I don't think you need to, though. So we're talking about the Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
I didn't know we were doing all that. Did you guys
Yeah, that was really clever. I wish I was in on that.
Yeah, I just looked over and I was like, oh, he's doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
doing
Like,
it.
everyone was like, and now we're going to switch to this. Oh, man. So one thing to bring up, Nintendo really needs to like vet their interpreters, because one of the guys,
sucks hardcore.
Oh my God, he struggled. I felt so bad for him.
like a
I
stutter?
felt bad for him because I think the guy that he was translating went off script.
No, I could totally see that, because he was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't go nearly as well. And then he just like talked so fast. The other guy was like,
The translator might as well went.
A nice sigh would have.
Yeah, it would have worked, because like
point.
he just stopped talking, and because this guy was like moving around the stage.
Are you talking about Suda?
Was that him?
I don't remember which one it was.
So
They
there
all
was
sound
one
Asian
time
names.
where the interpreter kind of dropped out, and I thought it was because the microphone wasn't picking him up well.
Nope.
No, it was because the guy it was the guy that walked in that was just like Nintendo Switch.
It was after Splatoon, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's Suda51, the guy that kept going like
Yeah.
getting into it, and then
Yeah.
he showed a poster of a guy that you might not know who it is.
That we didn't know who it was?
Oh,
yeah.
you did know?
No, I did not know who that was. Do you know who that was?
Travis?
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I had no idea who that was.
Who's Travis?
So Travis comes from a game called No More Heroes, which was for the
Oh,
Wii.
that's why I didn't know who that was, because
I didn't play that.
It's the game where you get the really cool lightsaber that actually explains how a lightsaber would work. Because when you think about a lightsaber, how does a laser somehow know
was
when
that
to
the-
stop?
The crystals.
Yeah, if you watch
Wait,
Rogue
he was
One.
he was using a lightsaber? I thought he was just using a pole.
He uses a lightsaber. The cool lightsaber he has, basically, this handle has a piece that shoots out.
Was that the rated mature game that was like black and white and like really?
Well,
No,
not black and white. That one was but same people.
No, I think it was
that's
different
platinum.
people.
That's platinum.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That looks good. I
But
wanted
it
to
is
play
mature.
that.
It is mature
Yeah.
because there are a lot of like adult things going on. There's
Rape.
a lot of like sexual tension. Like you have hot lady chicks.
Yeah.
Why do you
that
look
you
so
have to
interested
fight.
as soon as I said rape?
No, I was just.
I said rape, and he's
That
like,
was not an interested look. That was me making sure I heard what I heard.
yeah. So, did you know about this system, Buck? The Nintendo Switch.
Hold on, I gotta switch gears
The
because
Nintendo
he thought I
trick.
looked interested after he said rape. Let me
rape,
just
and
kind
he's
of
like,
Nintendo
yeah.
rape. Let me just kind of meditate for 5 seconds, and then. So we're talking about Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Yes.
It was
So-
announced last night at about 10 o'clock.
All I remember is like a 1.5-minute video that you showed me about like 4 different people that had the Switch, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take this black thing outside," and then
Who brought their video games to the party?
everybody watch me play this video game on this park bench.
Hey guys, let's take the Switch out to a club. Well, everyone's digging the Switch.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
screw this DJ who does not want to have sex tonight. Watch me play a Switch.
Yeah, so they announced that last night, and
Great for you then.
Well, I mean, my hands
So
get jealous,
cool.
but yeah.
you know it's funny because they announced this. The first thing they announced on the Nintendo Switch was this game called
1, 2, switch.
1-2 Switch.
I'm actually kind of excited for it.
Buck, this game is called 1-2 Switch, and you take off the 2 controllers and you stand in front of the TV, and the first thing they showed was shooting guns, like a Mexican standoff. Like,
Definitely a cowboy quick draw, but
Yeah,
you know,
quick
Mexican standoff, that works
is that what it's called? It might be not
Mexican
PC.
standoff is when you have a bunch of people in
with
a room
guns and
ready to
everyone.
shoot each other.
So as soon as one person shoots,
there's
everyone
no way
dies.
out. Yeah, everyone's dying in a Mexican standoff.
What am I watching? So okay. So the next thing they showed after that, this was actually today on the live stream. They showed milking cows with those Joy-Con sticks.
Definitely missed that.
And they had two guys, and one had a cow on his head, and they literally went in front of the TV with their little joystick that was motion captured. It's got rumble. It's got all this stuff in it, and they were just like shaking it, shaking it, shaking it.
No. It wasn't violent.
No,
it was,
yeah, well,
it was gentle.
It was gentle. It was
gentle milking.
And then when they were done, they're like,
violently grope a cow
Wait, so I thought their whole thing with 1-2 switch was we get to look in each other's eyes while we play.
Yeah, you do.
while we listen to Sierra.
You get the vibration, the HD vibrations.
I can feel if it's one block of ice, 2 block of ice,
Yeah.
or 3
God, that was
block
so
of ice.
weird too.
They were trying to be so nice.
1, 2 step. I love it. 1, 2 step. Everybody. 1, 2 step. We about to get it
This
on.
breed, the automatic, something super static. Sorry.
so the Nintendo Switch, the 1-2 switch was the software that they showed right out the gate, and like there was the milking cows. It's like the Wii Sports for the next generation. It's for all, yeah. Another one I saw was a sandwich eating contest, and so each
Joy-Con.
Each Joy-Con has an IR sensor on the bottom of it, so it can detect what's in front of it and what's and how far it is in front of your mouth or stuff. And so basically, the game was that you had to hold it about 6 inches from your mouth, like this.
Why is everything you're describing
me?
so sexual?
What's the game called?
It's part of 1-2 switch.
Okay.
And basically it says you have to eat it will use the IR sensor to map the back of your mouth, and you have to eat as many sandwiches as you can in a certain time frame.
Why?
So you hit dude, I got to show you the video. You hit play and you hold it and you have to just go like up and down, and it will map your mouth.
Okay, I thought you were gonna have to like take it. No,
That's where it's trust me,
that's where
6
you're
inches
going.
from your
Trust
face.
me, when I was watching that, I was like, I better get my Photoshop up, and
Shake weight had something to do with the making of
But
the
it maps your
1-2
mouth going up and down,
Switch.
and that's how many bites you've eaten out of a sandwich, and that's a competition. you
I'm
have to play.
sold.
I'm not.
I'm getting less and less sold the more you describe the Nintendo Switch.
What do you guys want to talk about with the Switch? Like just things that light your bubble, so to speak?
How is it going
Let's
to be
talk
different?
about what
Light your
Nintendo
bubble.
needs to do to not become bankrupt.
So like
after
what?
this next console launch?
So what Nintendo needs to do to not become bankrupt?
They will
after
be
this next-
bankrupt. They got a lot of money.
That'd be impossible.
They're going to become a Sega.
That's what Sega thought, and now Sega makes games.
The only difference between
Yeah, I mean, Sega makes games. They also publish some of the most popular
Dude.
titles on the market right now.
I was going to say
Nintendo's
Sega makes
what?
good games, but then I was like, does Sega make good games?
hey, Disney hasn't made a Mickey Mouse show in forever, but people still know who Mickey Mouse is.
yeah.
Yeah, because the
So-
Lion King.
Well, and so the Mario is an IP. They haven't people didn't buy the Wii U. No one played it, but people still know who Mario is. So that's
I bought a Wii U.
I loved the Wii U.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE.
Oh, actually,
I've heard that's
fucking
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that should have been on the list too.
best fighting game of 2016 was on the Wii U. Pokken Tournament.
Best platformer of all time was on the Wii U.
Donkey Kong.
Tropical Freeze.
That's right.
That was a good game.
You said that last time.
That's
brother.
the best platformer of all time.
Yep.
That's what he. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What was that?
Did you play it?
Keith is not.
I feel like he doesn't
I
agree with
agree
me.
with
I feel like Keith didn't even play it.
I
So,
watched you play it.
Yeah, but you didn't play it.
but you didn't play it.
Yeah, you got to play it.
play it.
Feels
You were-
different.
Yeah.
No, I also played it.
So in your
It
argument,
was just me. It was just that's a big claim
I know.
to say the best.
Name something better.
yeah.
Super Mario World.
I'm good.
I like it
SNES.
better.
What? Okay.
I like it better.
Why is it
I haven't
better?
played it, so I
It's
can't
better
say
because
anything.
every level has different music and a different concept, and
He's definitely just naming different game now.
Tropical Freeze.
No, but yeah, Tropical Freeze is good.
Oh yeah,
I'll take it over what he just named, but
Wait, what? Over Super Mario World?
Tropical Freeze, yeah.
Super Nintendo. I don't know.
But I don't have like
That was the era. Platform.
I don't have the nostalgia
Contra
of
3.
like.
Yeah, nostalgia kind of ruins stuff sometimes.
Contra's good too.
Is
Very
it though?
different style.
Contra 3 is incredible.
Yeah.
Without the Konami code?
Without the Konami code.
You use it, you break the game. It's all about
Even
the difficulty.
Contra Shattered Soldier was good. But anyways,
I don't think I played Shattered Soldier.
PS2 ones were fire.
Either way,
Anyway, we got distracted by Wii U.
Nintendo Switch. It doesn't exist.
I don't think they're going to go bankrupt. That's what all I'm going to say is because they have the IP that is more. They have characters that are more popular than anything that Sony or Xbox has. But even though they're not really competing with them, the IP alone, the fact that they're opening up Universal Studios, Super Mario World in Japan, shows that.
Oh, that's something that pissed me off. They were like, hey, it's not region locked. So we got all these great games. By the way, like 4 of those great games that they named only in Japan. Also, they were like, and you can pre-order it started this day.
Wait,
only in Japan.
Which games?
I don't remember. I was pissed.
Because I know Disgaea 5 is going to be a launch title, but that's only going to be.
Did they announce that?
They did today.
Okay, I didn't see anything.
That's
today.
only going to be in Japan. It's going to take some time to localize.
Really?
But so there are some
Pisses me
really
off.
important things to point out in the language that they use during the conference. First and foremost, one of my concerns over like your classic console library transferring from your Wii U to the Switch didn't say a fucking thing. So I'm assuming at this point they haven't thought about it, which is probably unlikely, or more likely doesn't transfer over. That sucks. That's a big. They had a guy come up for like
0.2 seconds.
I really wish I would have like taken notes on this part a little more, but I didn't think I was going to talk about it. There was a dude that basically is the head of game development, and the way he said, and the translator, this was on script for sure, emphasized game development as opposed to Wii U development or 3DS development, seems to imply, at least I'm assuming, or reading maybe a little too far into it, that as we kind of expected before, the Switch is a unifying of these two separate entities that Nintendo has gone on for so long. And what's the one thing we know about Nintendo with handheld consoles? They've fucking annihilated everything. Like the 3DS is the only thing that people are buying, and they buy a lot of it. And I mean, Pokemon sales alone will tell you that.
That actually sold me my 2DS.
It sold you. Oh, you
So
mean you
like
bought
I
the 2DS
literally
for it.
bought the 2DS just for Moon. I was like, well, I got money. My wife just said no to an Xbox One, so I was
Burning
gonna
a
pick
hole
up
in
my
my
Moon.
Well, you know, the 2DS is like really affordable. It's only $100, right?
70.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I'm real tempted to fucking break into that and see if I can make an HDMI output for it.
You totally can.
I just don't know
Sure. I know you can with the 3DS, but sorry.
what's the main appeal of the Switch that's coming out. Is it just because that it's brand new? But I mean, that's Trump because like that's the main reason to get the Xbox One and PS4, PS4 Pro, or Xbox S is like, well, I want that because it's new. Like, is it considerably better than the Wii U in ways that I don't know how to put into words because I don't know.
Did they say if
The
it's
specs
better?
the specs are out, and so did you like playing the off-screen play on the Wii U, like playing the little gamepad while you're watching TV?
I preferred to watch the game.
So you can actually do that, but you can take it out of the house. You can take it anywhere you want.
how and why though? How does that work?
We don't know.
Well, so that's the thing. The dock is not doing anything, or at least supposedly.
It's all in the handheld.
Yep. The dock is giving it power, and that apparently also allows the handheld, like the console, if you will, to operate, to basically push out more juice. Or I'm still thinking of a better way to put
there
it.
battery
overclocks
life?
it. So
Yeah, exactly.
So like what? So the new Zelda runs on the handheld 720p, and when you plug it into the dock to play it on your TV, it overclocks it. So it pushes even more power to it. So it's 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Hopefully 60.
That's what they said.
Oh, I'm still saying hopefully.
I don't know that the Xenoblade video that they showed. I saw some frame drop.
drops.
But
Yeah,
basically,
So if you're on an airplane or in a different state, is it still going to work?
Yep.
You're good.
So is there battery life you got to worry about?
Battery
Between
life
2
is-
and 5 hours.
Yep.
Well, how do you
I
charge
heard
it then?
Twin 6 even. But
mini USB. Same USB that you
So
use
you don't
for-
have
Type-C.
to charge it in the port that comes with
so
it.
that's the important thing. It's USB-C.
C.
Yep.
Type C.
So-
So quick charge.
And that's also a much better connection than like micro USB or the shit connection actually the 3DS connector is fine. I'm just hating on it.
I don't mind that one, but I was
It's
actually
just-
really surprised they didn't go with like a proprietary.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so great because, we're getting to the point now where you can walk into a coffee shop and see a USB port there. You have charging stations at certain resorts and airports that at this point are now going to have USB-C. You might not even need to pull cables out of your bag.
Well, you can
just
use
plug
battery
it in.
packs too, like portable charging packs, and
Yeah,
they're-
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, is this a brand new concept, or did the PSP or Vita or whatever does that do where you can play it on an airplane, but it's a PS4 game?
This is what the PS Vita wanted to do from the first commercial when you saw it. Remember, it
But,
was like
so you can't play Uncharted 4 on an airplane on your.
Well, if your airplane has fast enough Wi-Fi, you can. Because my brother likes to bring his.
With
He
the
leaves his
Vita.
PlayStation 4. He leaves his PlayStation 4 on at home in Iowa.
Does that have to be on or in rest mode?
It can be in rest mode, and then the Vita will actually turn it on via the internet,
Like, yeah.
and then
Okay.
then you can put it back in rest mode.
But this is
the
supposed to be a couple steps up from what
this
they
is
wanted
you're
to
actually
do.
having it in your hands.
But you're holding.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems.
So when the Wii U first came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, the Wii U's just the gamepad," and then they were like, "No, there's also this console." Mm-hmm. The Switch is just the gamepad.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems to start
So
that they will
that's
have
the
to
thing.
fix.
As soon as someone drops their Switch, it's game over, man.
Yeah.
But what you could do too is if you don't need to take it places or if you don't need to take it to the bathroom when you shit,
Oh, it's ideal if you don't go anywhere.
you can just set it in its dock and it's basically a console at that point.
But the fact that you can take it to the bathroom while you shit.
It's nice, yeah.
I mean, I like when I was doing that with my Wii U, like I would get so pissed when the connection would go away when I shut the door. So you just had to leave the door open.
I do that anyway, dude. Well, then
do.
again, I do live in a
You
basement
absolutely do
with
that.
no one down there.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's
I'm
that's what
excited
guys
for
do.
the-
I
right?
haven't said anything for 20 minutes, and the first thing I say is you shit with the door open. Like you do that.
Keith,
So what
you
are
do
your
not
thoughts?
Back
do
in here,
that.
guys.
Keith locks every door.
one thing that's also really cool about it is that it uses normal SD cards and it is compatible to the highest degree of
Wait.
all the SD cards.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that was another
SDXC.
thing.
Yep.
Nice. So I didn't watch anything that came out
Yeah.
today because I was at work. So this is all news to me. So yeah, that actually excites
Yeah,
me.
you can put whatever you want in there, and the coolest thing I think, this is skipping around, but the coolest thing I think about the Switch announcement was in a press release that came out after the video and the live stream was Virtual Console NES and SNES games. They're going to add online co-op with. So they're going to go back and add online co-op, which leads me to think that it's possible that there's going to be some sort of like trophy support on older games and stuff
So,
like that, which I would kill for.
Did they give more detail about their paid internet service?
Besides the fact that it's going to be a free trial until a holiday season, they also said that which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. The party chat and the group chat and parties is going to be only on your cell phone app. There's going to be like an app, a Nintendo app that you have to download, and that's the only way you can voice chat with people.
What's stopping you from just playing Discord or using Discord then?
I don't know.
Because that
I mean, I
What
find
games are getting launched? Like, bam. Like, there's got to be reason to play it right away. Like, are they remastering certain ones, or are they giving you brand new games?
So you got 1-2 Switch, you got Zelda.
Zelda, Bomberman, the new Bomberman.
Did they say what when the new Mario's coming out?
Mario is holiday.
yeah.
Okay.
Or
Then-
summer? I don't remember.
Holiday. No, it's holiday.
I would really like to see them remaster some of the like OG Nintendo games.
When you say remaster, do you mean like new graphics, new interface, or
Yeah.
just okay?
Like same story, same game, but just today's like what they can use with today's technology to make
A
it
lot of
look
people
dope.
are talking about because like the big rumor was going around that the Switch is going to have a GameCube Virtual Console, and then that brought out the idea of like a remastered Mario Sunshine.
So did you guys buy it when they said we put a handle on the GameCube because we wanted it to be portable? Did you guys buy that?
No, dude.
That was a thing.
They were okay. Oh
There's
yeah,
a handle on the back of the console.
yeah.
They didn't want it to be portable within the concept
as
of
a
like
weapon.
a 3DS, but
They were
Did you watch
preparing
that?
for the zombies?
yeah, but they did actually design that to be taken to your friend's house
True.
and stuff
It's
like that. That part's true.
Because they were talking about how
No
the
bag
Switch,
required.
they're talking about how the Switch has every single thing that they've learned from old consoles into one. So
Hold on.
it was
How would you be able to carry everything you needed in just your hands, though? For the
I mean, you have a
console? You got to
backpack
bring
with
memory
everything,
cards.
but then you have.
Why would you need the
handle
handle
at that
anyways?
point.
If everything throw everything in a backpack, like, it's
Because
like,
the
you
fact-
would be able to carry your
a marketing
controller,
point,
all
dude.
your games.
Oh, and another thing, like maybe the more practical thing I found was that handle actually protected all of the cables going into the console.
And that's what I thought it was for, but it's what else.
Oh, that's a great point. That changes everything. Yeah.
But it's a handle.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
No, that's genuine.
Everything he sounds. Every time he
no.
says
Keith
something.
sounds sarcastic all the
I just
time.
got
He's
off
just a
work, guys. I haven't
monotone.
eaten since 3 o'clock.
You had a banana that's still sitting on the table.
I had a croissant sandwich, a chicken salad sandwich from a fucking gas station.
I had
I should be the
Cinnamon Toast
cranky
Crunch.
one.
Sounds
Okay?
really
Dude,
good
how
right
are
now.
you not like just diarrhea city right
Like
now?
I'm clenching it so hard right now.
Go, then go.
Is it a bad idea to just pre-order this right now from GameStop? I feel as if I pre-order it, I won't
Chicken
get it.
salad sandwich.
So here's what
I
they're
kinda
doing.
did it on
So
a whim.
the big launch game is the Zelda game, and
Okay.
there's going to be a Bomberman game. There's going to be the 1-2 Switch and a couple others.
I want them to make a Dig Dug game on
But-
the console.
I'm down for
in-
just 1-2 Switch.
And I believe April, they're re-releasing Mario Kart is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a bunch of new. It has all the DLC from the Wii U game. It's got a bunch of new characters and some new maps. But the biggest thing about it is that it revamped battle mode.
What possible new characters could they bring in?
It's got Boo. It's got
Zelda. No,
Splatoon
Link,
characters.
sorry.
it's got a bunch of Splatoon characters. It's got a Splatoon map. It's got some other maps. But the biggest thing about it is that remember how messed up battle mode was, where you were battling around in an actual race.
Yeah,
They
That's so dumb.
actually have battle arenas now.
like the 64
Nice.
days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they actually have multi-level, like big square arenas and all real cool shit. They have like
So did GameCube have those? The
Yeah.
battle
Yes.
arenas.
yeah.
They did.
That's
So
why it was so weird.
It was
that-
just 8 for the Wii. That
yeah.
So
was different like that.
did you get gray or red and blue?
They only had gray available on Amazon when I pre-ordered. We're talking about the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, but don't worry, those Joy-Cons are $50.
So do I get gray or do I get red and blue?
That's up to you, man. Are you
I did
sure
like
you
that
want to
red
do
and
this?
blue look.
Shouldn't you
It did
talk
look
to the
cool.
wife
It
first?
did look cool. It's like
Well,
neon.
You realize the only reason I did it, and not the only reason I was going to at some point, but was because my girlfriend was like
Well, we
sending
were.
me a picture of the pre-order screen.
So
and I was like,
we
no,
were
don't do it.
already-
Let me do it.
We've been talking about this for a while, and we were like, okay, so if it's $250, we're definitely getting it. $299 is going to be kind of a but we really wanted to get the NES Classic, which is why I'm like,
No, you guys are falling into that hole with that
Well,
NES Classic.
no, we don't
Says the
want
guy
the
who
NES
just
Classic
pre-ordered
now.
a Nintendo Switch today.
Like we don't want the NES Classic now because it was like, ugh.
But can you even get it still off of GameStop?
What, the NES Classic?
No, the Switch.
Well,
'Cause
as
I
of
thought
right
they
now,
have already
they're
sold out their pre-orders.
letting me, and
Maybe
that's
you should. All right, if you don't have to pay for it, go ahead and do it because you can always just cancel it, right?
yeah. The worst case scenario, I've got money on my GameStop account right now anyway.
And so my thing is, I really don't recommend people ever pre-order games ever typically, but if like in this case, I know I'm going to get it regardless for many reasons.
And
like
if you
videos
don't
and
pre-order
whatnot.
this thing,
you're not
going
going
to
to
get
get
it.
Yeah.
Well, after Mario Kart, it might be Switch, but after Mario Kart, after Mario Kart, the Splatoon 2 is coming out.
Yep.
And I never played that. I never had it on my Wii U. Did you guys ever play that game?
Yeah, I played a bit of it.
Was it? I heard nothing but good things.
I
about
had
it.
to skip out on it because no local multiplayer, and like I said, that's
Well,
why I think I'm gonna have to get
that's
two.
why you have to get two. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the issue comes in.
didn't have
I like to play
multiplayer.
games with my wife, and I need to.
Well, there was that 2-player mode on the original one where one was on the main screen, the other one was on the gamepad, but it wasn't the same game. It was some different mode where you just had to pop balloons. It wasn't like
Mario. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Splatoon.
No, I was.
Splatoon did not have any kind of local multiplayer at all.
It had a 2-player game. It was when it was one person was on the gamepad, the other person was on the TV, and all you did was like pop balloons. Is what I heard.
No. Splatoon had no multiplayer. Mario Kart does.
I knew that, but
Wait a second. I think Splatoon did.
Did it?
yes,
Now
Or
I'm
was it
thinking
just
about
not
it.
online?
it wasn't online.
Okay,
it was.
that's why.
It was. Yeah, it was local, but you were just like running around, like I said, shooting balloons. But I know what you're saying about Mario Kart. That's where you do really shoot balloons, but same thing.
Pew pew.
Then they announced after that it was what was it? Skyrim.
Which,
Skyrim in the fall.
Fuck off, Bethesda. Oh.
They are just porting Skyrim to everything right now.
Yeah,
We are now going to have Skyrim on your smartphone.
it's like the Final Fantasy games.
Why?
Take that back. No, it's true. I fucking hate seeing Final Fantasy 5 and 6
On Steam or cell phones.
The Steam versions suck too. They have
I've
the
seen the
updated
graphics.
graphics.
It is-
Oh. But those are the ported versions from the smartphone.
Yeah,
So
it's unacceptable.
it
It looks
fucking
so
doing
bad.
some disservice. Can you get me the water actually? Guys, we are living people. There are gonna be sounds from cups and shit. It's okay. It's all right. So I did want to touch on Splatoon. Like you'll probably find that I am not the type of person that enjoys shooters that often. They have to be really unique or offer like interesting narratives, shit like that for me.
Like
to get into
Resistance.
Resistance 2, man.
Resistance 2 was awesome.
it. Spec Ops: The Line was that?
Yeah,
The first Spec Ops for PS1
That one was cool.
I'm almost at the end of
was
Spec
a
Ops:
$10
The Line.
game.
No. Spec Ops: The Line I thought was PS2.
That's PS3.
PS3. Oh my god, I'm getting my.
Was that the one you were
Era
playing and they were in the desert? Okay.
Yeah, it's the big moral like. Yeah,
God.
Yeah, so I like that game a lot.
yeah.
Mass Effect, like those games, those are over the shoulder or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so Splatoon, this is coming from someone that doesn't really get into those games that much, but it's really interesting the fact that they're mixing up.
What's he doing?
He's buying a
You,
Switch
you
right
don't,
now.
you no longer have the objective to just kill someone.
like
about painting
territories.
them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can we brush on this real life moment
ladies
coming on right
ladies
here?
and gentlemen, we have a pre-order happening right now.
Well,
cookies
they're
to milk.
allowing it, so I don't know.
You know what? We never did fucking introductions this episode.
We didn't.
Oh, we didn't.
That's okay. I'll just do them in the text for the
Yeah.
for the video.
Or we
People
can
on
do
the-
introductions right now, and you can just edit it, like just cut this.
Oh yeah, that probably could. But now that we've talked about it, we can't do it.
Well,
Just cut that
Cut
part
that
out.
part out.
It'd
as
be
well.
more comical just to keep going and introduce ourselves at the end.
Now it's
Okay.
just super meta that we're talking about it, and now we're talking about that we're talking about
Guys,
it.
I'm pretty sure this is like a podcasting faux pas.
so which one is the rewards
Bioshock?
number?
What's faux pas? Is that like a breakfast?
Fox Pass.
Oh.
It's like a fake hand.
Yeah, I'll go with this number.
What else was on the agenda? So we got the 1-2 switch. Bang. Bang.
So
What else was there? SMT5 was hinted at.
yeah, the Shin Megami Tensei with
Megami.
Unreal 4 engine
Yep.
was announced, and they had like all they showed was this this scene where they was a bunch of broken windows or like it almost looked like a parking garage or some sort, some
Yeah,
building.
it's totally that. It's just totally like a teaser. Like we haven't
Yeah.
even started.
and it panned over and you immediately if you knew the characters, you immediately saw Jack Frost just like hopping in the middle, but it kind of panned through. You saw their eyes and their silhouettes, but then they zoomed in on a bunch of stuff. This dude that looked like Captain Falcon, and there's all these other people, and then they had this strictly Japanese title, and I was like, "What is this? Has got to be Shin Megami Tensei."
Yep.
But then they finally said it later. I had no idea it was at the time. I just saw all the I figured it was, but who knows if that's even started.
That was probably the final push, along with Zelda, for me to be like, I guess I'm getting it, because being a fan of the SMT series for so long and seeing the third one, Nocturne. Did you play that, Keith?
I love Nocturne so much.
When 4 came out, which I am going to play now that I was given a 3DS over Christmas, but when 4 came out and Strange Journey before that, I like a little bit of me was really disappointed because it's like, oh, we just had a fucking breakthrough with your presentation, the way you had Nocturne play. You now see your characters, you now have new detailed animations. Oh, now we're going back to the first person view where you only see, in Forrest's case, you see portraits of your characters. There are no advanced animations, blah.
Right.
But now this, you would assume, is going to, bring the promise of going back to that SMT style engine.
Just a bigger budget. And
That'd be cool to see. I'd play that. I haven't played any of them, but I'll play that.
Like
The
Persona
atmosphere
has
and-
eclipsed
yeah.
like the SMT franchise at this point. And it's crazy too, because the original Persona wasn't even good enough to have Shin Megami Tensei in its original name.
It's like Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Modern
Persona
Warfare
is the modern warfare.
It's the war. It's, yeah,
Keith, are you cringing?
I don't know what to say to that.
it's right though,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's the whole thing. Now that you have an SMT title, which I think we're all assuming at this point is SMT5, that's going to be on a console as opposed to a handheld, arguably.
Hybrid.
Yeah, and it's like to see a
Prius.
JRPG being actually have a budget and be on a console as opposed to the 3DS is a big deal, especially when it's one of your favorite franchises.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys aren't used to seeing JRPGs with a budget?
But they haven't been
They have
for like 10 years, it seems like.
Go to Japan. It's all region locks, man. It's all region locks.
Okay, here's the deal. When you go to Japan and if you pick up any of these games now, these are like JRPGs now, they don't have the money and time that any other game is getting. Like Final Fantasy 15 was one of the rare exceptions. You look at Star Ocean,
But that only took a
Integrity and
decade.
Faithlessness. Yeah, exactly. Integrity and Faithlessness, that Star Ocean game, it's good. It's cool. Like, and that's another 2016 title. You can tell where the production value falls a bit. All the Tales of games have a similar, like, they're pretty polished, but they're
And
not.
you can tell though, just even in the voice acting quality, it doesn't sound.
Exactly.
Other than Atlas, there's no one really doing it.
That's the whole thing. Like, even Persona 4 wasn't necessarily super high budget. I mean, I'm sure they spent a lot of money just in the voice acting alone. But when you look at Persona 5, this is like Persona 5, Final Fantasy 15. I'm really struggling to find another JRPG that you can tell just fucking is polished and really well done.
And there's none. Like I feel like the last great kind of JRPG was Lost Odyssey that had like a real budget behind it. Production value
Am I
on all fronts.
am I confusing that? Is that the Xbox game?
Yeah, it was an
That
Xbox
was-
360 exclusive.
Okay. Just announces
It was funded by Microsoft.
just announces backwards compatible on Xbox One.
Right.
If you guys don't have it.
That's a damn shame. You need to play that one.
Maybe that will be one series.
You would love that game.
I think this is the year where Persona takes the crown as the best
I feel like there's hype
JRPG.
behind it now. Like
Yeah.
3 and 4 built it up, and now people
This-
are actually. It's going to sell.
5 looks good.
I think I think 5 is when, because like 15 and 5, Final Fantasy 15 and Persona 5 come out relatively same year, but
Square Enix actually released a poll, and they were asking customers if they would buy Final Fantasy 15 or Persona 5. So they're even Square Enix is like, yo,
they're shook.
this is some shit going on. People are hyped.
What was
They're
it?
shook.
Like a year ago, they basically came out and were saying, "Hey, we recognize like what we're doing wrong here, and we are going to try and be the Square Enix of old that was known for the Final Fantasy series in its prime and yada yada." And about that same time, that's when they started to move more into the direction of like bringing JRPGs back with like Bravely Default.
Well, they had
And-
that broken off that side company called that. It's called That RPG Company. The ones that did I Am.
Tokyo
yeah.
RPG.
Yeah, I Am Setsuna and the one game that was announced on Wii or the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, the Octopath Traveler,
Octopath Traveler.
Project Octopath
Which
Traveler.
looks-
What
Yeah.
is that?
That's the one I told you said you'd like. It's like pixel art, but it's got like depth to it, kind of like a Paper Mario almost.
Oh, that looks
Yeah, it looks
Good.
fucking
Yeah,
dope.
it looks awesome.
so. Not talking about Switch or RPGs. Well, I guess it's an RPG. What the hell was Near the first one about?
Okay, fuck.
Because you were like, you brought up the demo for the new game, and then I played it, and I'm like, the fuck is going on?
All right, the first thing you have to know is there's a series called Drakengard, and in the first Drakengard game, shit can happen that involves going from this fictitious universe, linking it into Earth, and that ending is the premise of Nier.
So, but I thought Nier was about a white-haired samurai going through.
That's the female character.
No, the guy in the first Nier. Like,
Oh, sorry. You're talking.
yeah,
Okay,
like
okay.
original Nier. I want to know what original Nier was
Yeah,
about
yeah,
based
but-
on that.
But so that what are you guys dapping to?
That's a new dance. It's the constant dap. It's kinda-
Okay, so
The woodpecker.
but to illustrate, Nier is in that like ending D, you could say, of Drakengard 1. So it's part of the Drakengard franchise, but whatever. Nier
Draco Noir.
basically takes place in this weird post-apocalyptic-ish world. I feel like I've said that 4 times this podcast. It's essentially about a dad trying to help cure his daughter's illness. I mean, do you want spoils?
All day.
So basically,
I like spoils and riches.
I'm trying to simplify
pillage.
the story for everyone here. Shades have taken over the world, and
Like spooks?
like shadows. Like
Man, we're
not
just
like
using
Persona.
metaphors for black people at this point.
Come on.
If Clint Eastwood has taught me anything,
Shades have taken over the city.
I'm getting tired of all these damn spooks around. Hi guys, I'm black, by the way.
Thank you for clarifying. Yeah. Just so you know.
Just
there's
said a
black
whole
man
lot of
at the
racist
table.
stuff.
It's totally okay now.
It's okay now.
Everyone here gets a pass.
It's like say a whole bunch of racist stuff and no one acknowledges that anyone's of different ethnicity besides white.
These gosh darn spooks scaring the kids while they sleep.
A bunch of shit happens. You're trying to save your daughter from this weird illness. Your daughter ends up getting kidnapped by the bad guy.
She got some spookadom.
At the end, you find out that you are not actually humans, but you're more or less clones or dolls based upon these humans that existed hundreds of years before you. You save your daughter, whatever the fuck.
Have
die in
you
the
watched
process.
Kuro Makuro?
I don't know what
It's
that
a
is.
Netflix anime original, and it's pretty much that story.
They may have just taken it from
except
here.
for giant robots.
Were they tennis players too?
I wish.
Or I know ice skaters. That's what it was.
Oh my god, Yuri on Ice! Oh my god, Yuri on Ice, man. So gay,
Bunch of
but so good.
clone doll ice skaters.
When you said tennis players in regards to the robots, I instantly started thinking of robot golf. I can't
100-foot
think-
robot golf.
Yeah.
I need to buy that game on VR.
I heard it wasn't that good though.
but
But yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have the same feeling of like, but robots playing golf.
What's that What's that robot baseball game like on Super Nintendo?
2020 baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that also on Sega?
probably.
It could have been.
Could've been.
I
Could have
don't
been,
know.
but it didn't matter.
Where you can have legs or tank legs or a hover legs.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that game was fucking great.
I love that game.
Dope.
That's my favorite baseball game of all time. Speaking of baseball games, I might break down and buy the first baseball game ever and get that Ken Griffey 2017 baseball game.
You mean?
Oh, you don't
The
mean
show?
the first
The
baseball
show?
game ever. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was going
Oh,
the first
no,
baseball
excuse
game
me.
too.
The first
Pong?
baseball
It's
game
just called
for yourself
baseball.
that I've ever. Yeah, no, it's. I'm a prodigy. It's a game I've been working on for a long time.
That's the MLB the show, right?
Yeah, the show looks
So
good.
they have I think I might have mentioned this last podcast.
That'd be the first sports game I've bought in
2016.
They have a mode. They have a mode where you
17,
can
yeah.
where you can turn on retro mode and it has the old graphics and the old sounds of that game.
No shit.
Yeah, even though it's the same. It's the same graphics, but
I was about to say it doesn't have old graphics,
Yeah,
but they like
the-
slide
the
around
text-
like the old game.
yeah, like the text graphics and stuff like
Okay.
that, like the images and all that stuff is.
I'm a sports fan, and I'm really glad that they chose Ken Griffey Jr.
And you'll really like this because like I grew up playing sports games too. You can play the same game year after year, but you can carry on your roster and take it to the next game if you want to.
So basically, what you're supposed to do is you buy the show 17 or 16, whatever it's going to be,
Yeah.
and then you wait a year, and then you buy the next one after that because then they'll have like a nice upgrade, and then you bring your roster from the old game into the new one.
Yeah.
So you know how they have a different Madden game every year? Oh. You skip a Madden game, and then you just keep bringing your same roster over.
Yeah, so you have a dynasty. Say you have a dynasty that's going on forever.
Yeah.
You can just import that into the next game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because doesn't NCAA
little
do?
boo?
Well, maybe it's not the exact
No,
same
you
thing.
can do it on NCAA too.
but NCAA
NCAA.
has those rosters that you can download. So
Yep.
like the last game that actually came out, you can just download the roster because you've done that for Nebraska a handful of times, haven't you?
Yeah, but that's all user created. They take their a bunch of hundreds of people take their.
Do they get paid to do that?
No, that's
What?
That's people tweaking the teams just right for their own sake, and then
and they upload it up.
then
to
they
one
upload
file.
it because
They should get a
they're
roll
just
of quarters
nice.
or something, dude, because that takes
Just a
time.
roll of quarters. Just,
That takes time, man.
Here's your $5 or whatever it is.
here's a roll
That's
of quarters.
why I think sports games should be like a platform like Street Fighter V is, where you
Wait,
just
are sports games not considered a plat?
no, because like you have
Not
Street
one
Fighter
that
V
can constantly be updated.
constantly
Oh.
updated. So Street Fighter V, they're planning on that being just you buy that game, you just download the new stuff and you buy the new stuff online.
So it's like Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I was just thinking like if you got Madden,
Extreme.
you got Madden, and every year there's a patch. Like every year there's like a huge patch that has new updates and rosters and stuff like that, and they just
Why would they do that? Because stupid people buy the game every year.
Exactly.
They buy the same game every year.
Yeah, that's why I think they need.
Call of Duty, yay! I heard that one was good this year.
I did not.
No, man, it's Titanfall. It's all about Titanfall.
I want to
2.
play Titanfall 2 so bad.
I didn't spend 1 second on the new. I did buy Battlefield, and I played it.
About that, I played that for a little bit.
I haven't played any online play. I wasn't interested in playing online. I was interested in the story and the campaign because I heard it was dope.
What'd you think of the stories?
How
How many stories did you play?
I've only played one where you're the tank,
That's actually a really good one.
the dude that
Where you
know,
become a ninja.
more or less, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Cool.
So did you
American
actually do?
Ninja.
Did you do it ninja way, or did you get caught and have to shoot it out?
I got caught once.
So it's like
But what I did is I restarted because, like, damn, I don't want to get caught. So then I restarted it and then ninja'd my way through the whole thing.
so basically you're a tank driver
or repairman, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
or repairman at like halfway through you become the repairman
at a certain
because
point, correct.
the repairman dies. So and then at one point there's like, oh, it's heavy fog, we can't see ahead of us. So you're like, okay. So they're like, go scout out. I know we're in enemy lines, but it doesn't matter. Go scout out. And you're like, okay, fine. So you scout out and you take this little thing and like next thing you know, like 20 dudes and you're like marking people and you're like taking them out silently. You're hitting
You have
people
a
in
wrench?
the back of the head with wrenches and
do
shovels
have a
and
wrench,
shit. You're
yeah.
like, and then so you like ninja your way through it. And then like eventually everyone dies on your team except for your captain, spoiler alert. And then one guy decides to go AWOL and you got to ninja your way down an entire like hill after that. And then you like I got so
like
pissed.
If that's the first campaign that I played and finished, I'm just waiting to beat Uncharted 4, and that'll probably be the next thing.
No, yeah.
that I do, because I needed a nice change from Watch Dogs 2 with all the side things that you could do. Because I spent way too much time. Because I was like, I want to see what all this game has to offer without buying the season pass, which I refuse to do.
But you got to get the graffiti skin, maybe. I'm not
You
sure.
got to get the weird hoodie with the
don't.
suit jacket over the top of it.
No.
You need to get the Twitch themed wristband that you can barely see.
Got to get the douchebag pants, man.
Yeah, get the
Dude, every pair of pants on that game are douchebag pants. You got to try really hard not to find skinny jeans
No,
or
I like
high
the
socks that
so
lead
I call
into your
the
shorts.
I call the douchebag pants the ones that are like they're really tight against your ankles and then like they
They get
stop.
poofy?
like hammer pants.
Yeah, the hammer pants that kids are wearing nowadays.
Kids are not wearing hammer pants nowadays.
They wear those
Kids
at the
are
gym.
wearing
I see it all
hammer
the
pants
time.
nowadays.
Have you been to a junior high lately, Buck?
No, why would
That's what they're wearing.
They're wearing hammer pants and dresses.
Have you?
Come on, play along.
Come on, play along.
Don't point the finger at me.
Hey, yeah.
Everything
We're
here
making
is
fun of
Tell
him.
on me.
that is ridiculous.
Yeah, the hammer pants are back.
Hammer pants. All right. Yeah, but
Yeah, just go to your nearest junior high dance and you'll find them.
I've never understood why open world games like Grand Theft Auto and now Watch Dogs, they let you choose your outfit. Who cares?
I care.
Do you really? Okay.
But then again, I guess I also spend at least the first 4 to 3 hours, really like 5 hours,
Morphing a
designing,
face.
morphing my face
You're
from
definitely more
Skyrim.
fashionable.
Do you really?
Yeah, and then I play the entire game in first person because fuck that shit.
And then you don't even finish the game.
and then I don't finish the game. So it's like,
Come on.
So I was looking at something on Pinterest and it was like a comic strip. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I've been sitting here modeling my character for 5 hours. And I'm like, why would you do that? You can't even see them. And then they're like, no, man, I've been modeling these hands. So like, cause you can only see hands in first person games.
Come on.
Like the guy from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, that's right. My hands are so small. I don't get that concept in the game. Why you want to choose the outfit? I mean,
Because it makes it more personable. It makes it more you. You can. So instead of the character being no personality, no offense to guy from Persona 3, he said he was an everyman.
Yeah.
So you customize that character to make it more you. So you put yourself in it. I know you're not black, so you can't relate to
I
Marcus.
cannot relate to Marcus at all.
In his struggle of.
I can relate to that. Like the first, I started a new game in Bloodborne a couple weeks ago, and because when you beat it, it automatically goes to New Game Plus without even letting you save and try to make a new save file. You're
fuck
just like,
you. You're back in it.
Yeah.
Now it's harder.
I know, and I really wanted to play the DLC because I got it really cheap on one of the
Guess
flash
what?
sales.
Now you're playing the DLC on increased difficulty.
I know, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna play this new one, or a new game. And so I spent I wanted to do it as a girl, and I spent about a half hour making this girl's face, and that was it. I just wanted to make the face look good, and her name was Bethel Dethel. Yeah.
Am I the only one that liked it?
Yeah.
I gave it a little.
But yeah, I spent all this time. I was like, I just want to make this look like a real person's face because
Even
any regular some faces you fuck with the nose shape and the jawline and all that stuff, and it just doesn't look
And
right.
it just looks a little off.
Yeah.
So you gotta fix that. But then was the first piece of equipment that you got a mask?
Yep.
Basically.
God,
That's what I was gonna point out. You're playing the game notoriously known, even more so than Dark Souls, you're gonna get a fucking scarf that covers up everything and a hat that goes all the way down to your eyelids.
because I don't play video games. I play it without sounding
Douchebaggy?
yeah, or like a serial killer. I play it to live through another person's skin. I want to play as this character. I don't want to have any part of me within this character. They developed this game, and from the way I look at it, they developed this game for you to play as something you're not. So I don't want any part of me in the character. I don't care.
So you're the type of guy that will go and play Saints Row the Third as the generic face guy.
I have played a Saints Row game, and I didn't spend any time.
Which one did you play? You got to play the third. You got to play the third.
You play the third.
I did play because what is this latest one that came out?
Get Out of Hell.
Get Out of Hell. I played a little bit of that. Wasn't a fan, and then
I enjoyed Get Out of Hell, but it had a lot of homage to all the other Saints Rows, and I beat them all.
Did it? Okay.
Hey, games that I've beaten. Saints Row.
Saints Row.
My favorite thing was
I love how Saints Row does not necessarily take themselves seriously whatsoever.
Saints Row the Third, where you go into
They
that
did
virtual
initially.
reality mission and you turn to a toilet.
Oh,
Do you remember
Saints
that
Row.
one?
Saints Row
Barely.
4 was one of the newest ones. Then Get Out of Hell.
That was a DLC side story or whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm going to bring it back to what Watch Dogs 2. I think, though, I kind of agree with you having troubles identifying with the character because, especially in Watch Dogs 2, they don't do a great job of... It's Marcus?
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't do a great job of having Marcus come off as a believable character. All the cutscenes are fine, and a lot of that game seems to benefit from the interactions between Marcus and the crew. What the fuck is their name? DedSec. But then he seems like a very normal guy, decent dude. And then suddenly you're employing all of these crazy ass, dangerous tactics, killing off cops, as you say, and doing all of these crazy things.
I'm playing non-violent.
Now, so I respect you for doing that because I think that's the only way that you can feel like
That's
you're
a
actually
good ending.
playing.
Well, actually, I normally actually play these games. I normally go the dark path. So I'm all renegade whenever I play a Mass Effect game.
But those games reflect your decisions.
Yeah.
And Watch Dogs 1 does a much better job of having this Iden Pierce guy be a fucking douchebag that doesn't realize his actions have consequences.
I agree.
So it
I
makes
agree.
sense when he kills people because he doesn't fucking think about it, right?
No.
But this Marcus guy seems pretty decent, and he doesn't seem like he'd be the type of person to go on killing sprees, yet
Well-
the game doesn't really give you any incentive not to. So
Well,
it's
neither
kind of
does
weird.
Neither does Laura Croft. when she first kills that first guy and she's all like, "Oh God, I killed a person," and then 2 seconds later,
she starts
headshot,
smirking
headshot,
everybody.
You're
headshot.
absolutely right. I really feel like that game has an issue with it too. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm always looking for like a
A decent character who's got decent morals, who does
So
decent
not Michael
things.
and Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5.
and not necessarily that's the thing. I love GTA 5 because I felt that game gave you the incentive
to be a decent person when you're using Michael, be a decent person when you're using what's his name, be a complete asshat when you're using Trevor.
You can go
Just-
either way with those
exactly.
characters and it'll work.
Yeah.
Well, and exactly because I mean they all have their dark sides, and the game does these small subtle things to illustrate that it's paying attention to what you're doing. When you go to the shrink sessions with Michael,
yeah.
he will actually talk about killing people if you killed people on your way to see the shrink, and if you didn't and you were fine, when he asks you like, so how have you been? He's like, yeah, I've been pretty good. I went to a strip club, and it's like, oh shit, I did go to a strip club.
Yeah. Did you steal his car, your shrink's car, every time you walked out of that place?
Yes.
They're stealing the shrink's cars at the beginning of the game too with Franklin, right? Not
Yeah.
beginning,
Yeah.
but when you start as
Oh
Franklin.
man, I love Franklin. When I see a name on the wall, I want it to be mine, and underneath it, I wanted to say winner.
Does he say that?
That's like one of the second lines, and I was just like, "Oh my god, yes, this is the game."
Isn't the end of that quest line, if you will, with the shrink? He runs away from you, and you have to kill him.
I think you can leave him.
remember
Can
it
you?
chased.
I didn't actually beat that game either.
I felt like that
I
game
beat
had a
it.
good payoff. That was a good ending.
Great, yeah, it was.
I am still sour as fuck that they did not do any more story DLC.
Same. I would have.
I'm sour
All
because
games they could have. I would have paid extra just to know more about what happened
Yep.
with GTA 5.
yeah.
Well, now I got to beat GTA 5. I'm pretty far.
I loved all those characters, but
Sure,
I
yeah,
have not
absolutely.
yet beat the game either.
I got distracted.
My biggest regret with GTA 5 is that I let the fact that GTA Online wasn't ready, let me not I wasn't gonna play it anymore.
Tell
I
the
was like,
truth. We all sold our copies for Destiny. We all got double trade in value, and then we went pre-ordered Destiny.
John has one for PS4.
I got it on PS4.
I avoided Destiny, so
but
I
the
rebought
fact- but
in at $7.
Here's the reason why DLC hasn't happened on the stories because they've been
Online,
pushing
like,
DLC through
GTA
Online
Online
like crazy.
is so amazing. That's actually the reason I haven't beat GTA 5 because I'm still playing GTA Online.
And it's like dynamic
I'm
storylines
like-
and all this.
So I am a CEO of a business. I am not the leader of my motorcycle gang. My brother's friend is the leader of our motorcycle gang. Like,
Keith made a noise and it caused me to touch myself. I'm sorry.
where can you show me on the doll where
was
you touched
the
yourself?
bicycle gang? That's new stuff, right?
yeah, so with the biker gang, you can so everyone can become a part of a biker gang, and then they've got this CEO expansion as well. So, and then you basically have to steal merchandise from other CEOs to make their companies go bankrupt while building your own empire. So I use the biker gang.
You're making me sad and upset at the same time. I'm sad because I'm missing out on this, and I'm upset that I enjoyed Watch Dogs so much that I didn't invest any time in doing
So
what you're talking
this
about.
this is all free. So if you get Grand Theft Auto 5,
Mm-hmm.
this is all free stuff
Yeah.
that you can do right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will warn you, if you are just getting into GTA 5 online,
You can get your butt whooped.
people are assholes. Just that's
they'll
it.
just-
Well, can't
Yeah.
you create your own house and
Mm-hmm. But in
multiple
order-
houses
Yeah, so I've got 2 penthouses.
with 2 PS4s and 2 Xboxes in each
Oh
one?
no, we only have one.
One for my
we only have 2
wife,
PlayStation
one
4s,
for
no
me.
Xbox. Gotta play those. We gotta play co-op games together.
Yeah,
But
that's dope.
couch co-op's dead.
Do
So-
you and your girlfriend do that?
They play PC.
Yeah, we play
Well,
PC.
But co-op, do you two play co-op things together?
yeah, a few games.
CGTA.
That's dope. That's dope.
People are assholes on GTA Online, and is the only way to get money at this point without spending real money, because you see that on the
They do have microtransactions.
yeah,
and pay
because
to
you
win,
have to buy
unfortunately.
the Megalodon edition or whatever that's on the PSN store, but is the only way right now without someone just murking your ass in the middle, like when you're trying to do missions, is just to play the death matches and stuff like that. Is that where?
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to find a crew
Yeah.
to do missions with. But like, so the open world story aspect, so the becoming your own business mogul, the biker gang, that stuff happens in the actual like open world. So people are going to be
You're in the
assholes.
middle of doing a deal, and they're just
And then next thing you know, an F1 fighter comes in, and and now there are rockets everywhere, and that guy you were supposed to just be following, he's dead. So you failed the mission.
So I thought, at least when I was playing GTA 5 online, which was very early,
It's gotten crazier.
yeah, before it really took off, you could set your server, your games rather, to private, right?
So
Yeah.
you can set those to private, but they don't give you anything for these like expansion areas.
oh.
So yeah, so you do need to be in a public world in order to further your bike gang and things like that.
Because private was just as long as you didn't mess with anybody else, you weren't going to get messed with, right?
No, the private servers are going to be like, so you and your friends can be in the city of Los Santos. Los Santos, was that the city?
Los Santos, yeah.
Yeah, so you and your friends are just in Los Santos. Whereas when you go into a public world, you can turn on passive mode. So that way no one can shoot you. So like, man, we were setting up to do a mission, and next thing you know, this one dude comes up, kills us. Like kills me, my brother, and like two other people, like me, my brother, Ronnie, and Ronnie's son.
Ronnie's son.
So we go. Okay, we need to get out of the city now because our biker like hangout is way outside the city. So that way we don't have to deal with asshats.
Was Jax Teller there? No.
Unfortunately,
Damn it.
So we go. Okay, we need to get out of the city. So we all respawn, and we're dead again. And like this guy's like systematically picking us off, and it's just a great time. And we're terrified, and we're just trying to get away as quickly as possible. So it's like zigzags. He's going to shoot you.
Or
We're
whatever.
going to boot that
Yeah,
up tonight.
serpentine. But yeah,
Can we do one more round the table thing of what we're looking forward to come out?
For 2017?
Yes, sir.
let's start with you. You seem to have something in mind.
The only thing that I'm actually excited to drop besides the baseball game that I've already brushed up on, the Ken Griffey, is the new Tekken fighting game that's coming out. Because I've been
right?
Yeah, I've been Tekken loyal for. That's probably my favorite fighting franchise, and that's it for me. I don't got anything profound to say about it. That's just something I'm looking forward to.
And that's supposed to be like the last one, right?
I believe so. And isn't there another Red Dead Redemption coming out as well this year?
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it this year?
Fuck if I know.
Fall.
Man. Wasn't it
2017, I
announced for
thought.
like PlayStation something? So if it was Sony announced it, who knows?
So if I
Who
could,
knows?
if I could have an honorable mention, it would probably be that one because I kind of had a little bit of fun playing the first one. I did not beat it because it got old at the end, so I did not beat it. But those are the two that I'm looking forward
Fucking
to
love Tekken, man.
for show.
Tekken 2, that was my shit.
I'm gonna be Jaguar Face. That's not
I'm
his real
looking
name.
forward to Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
Wait, is that coming out?
No, I wish though.
You know,
I was about
that
to
should
say,
be a
you gotta be
reboot
like,
right there.
you know,
Yo.
that could be a reboot.
we all
would
know
buy
your,
that.
we all know your answer, brother.
What is it?
Resident Evil.
Well, I did pre-order it last week. It's coming out 24th.
Would you
10
pre-order
days,
it on?
right?
PS4.
Hey, see, so he's got a copy, so you guys can stick me in the VR and watch
Yeah,
me.
we will film
I
that.
cannot wait to play that game. South Park, Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
If
and
it actually
Persona
does,
5. If it comes
actually-
out,
yeah.
it will. They did the same thing.
is done.
I hope.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about fractured.
Yeah,
butt
they did the
hole.
exact same with Stick of Truth though. They can't. They
That's the
canceled
only
it.
reason
They,
I didn't say that is because I didn't want to get my hopes up and then
oh, it's coming.
cry. That's gonna be awesome. I am looking forward to that one as well, but probably Tekken more than that.
I haven't seen much on the fractured butt hole.
We,
He makes it
Man.
all proper.
Like,
No, you were doing it too.
he said it's the actual way it's
fractured
spelled.
butthole.
Yeah, no,
It's
you
the
were
fractured
saying.
butthole.
but you're putting that comma in, even though you're like sticking it together. That's why I love that fucking title because it's like
Yeah.
they're fractured, but whole, and it's also butthole because South Park and they're
They're gonna
it's
put
Civil War as well, so they're fractured,
butthole.
but whole.
Butthole.
Butthole.
skip me for right now. I don't even know what's coming out in 2017. I just own a PlayStation 4, really, and Sony is just like, and this game exists, and this game exists, and this game exists. By the way, Last Guardian came out. Did you remember that game when we announced it that one year?
We announced
Did
it
anyone
10
play
years
that?
ago.
Did anyone
Last
here play
Guardian?
that?
No, I mean, I feel like I need to, even though I don't think I'll enjoy it.
Is that the one where it looks like that
Yeah, the
white dog from that one movie?
From the 80s?
Yeah. What's that movie called?
Oh, you
Never
mean
Ending
the
Story?
never ending story?
The Never Ending Story, dog. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
That's another
inspiration.
focus group where the guy who wrote the game needs to really figure out what he's doing here.
I wish I could remember that dog's name though.
For me personally,
Beethoven.
Yep.
Beethoven, is that one movie?
That's the Mastiff dog.
Yeah,
That
Beethoven.
was the Saint Bernard.
It was the Cujo. Beethoven and Cujo, same type of dog.
I don't think I saw Cujo.
You didn't see Cujo? It was about the girl with asthma and the dog that was killing everybody.
Homeward Bound, though?
I was Bandit in Homeward Bound.
I don't like that movie.
I don't think I recognize it.
Okay, anyway, so games coming out, things we're looking forward to in
We
2017.
got
Yeah,
Resident
for
Evil.
me
We got
personally-
Tekken, Fractured Butthole.
I'm really interested in Resident Evil. But bar none, Persona 5. Now that I have a 3DS, I'm also realizing I have this fucking huge backlog of games I got to play.
So you feel obligated to play games now?
Well, no, I think I've always felt obligated to play certain games.
That seems like a terrible way to feel, by the way. Just
Mario
gonna-
Maker.
I need to get that.
No, see, I'm okay with not playing that because I don't want to torture myself all the time. And the 3DS version is not nearly as good as the Wii U.
No.
You can't upload your games or your maps.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck's up with that? Like
That's like the main thing.
that is the main thing, sharing your maps. And you can't really find and download levels, I guess. I
Wait,
should
like
say.
world maps?
No.
No, like level maps.
Oh,
Yeah, for
Mario
Mario
Maker.
Maker.
right.
Long story short, the 3DS version is crippled compared to the Wii U version. So if I'm playing it, I'm playing it on Wii U. But yeah, I feel compelled to play certain games that, like, a lot of people are claiming are revolutionary or, major experiences. Like, I hear enough people talking mad props to The Last Guardian. I just didn't really
Who you
think
hearing talking mad props about The Last Guardian?
a few people, I guess. Not many.
The people who remembered that the game was coming out when it got announced.
Like, I didn't like Ico or Eco.
Hey, high five, me and you both.
Nailed it.
I like Shadow of the Colossus, but I didn't like. I would not go back to it. Persona 5, man, that's fucking huge. Like I listed this as my top anticipated game for 3 years in a row now.
It's been expected that long?
Yeah, it was a rumored
announced for
release date for
2014.
2015.
It's Sony.
yeah, or it's
I don't know how.
Oh,
it
so
works.
Sony works like this. We got a teaser for Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2.
that's Square Enix though, not necessarily
Well,
Sony, right?
Well, then
Well,
like,
fuck it, same thing.
then like 6 years later, they're like, "Hey, remember when we had this?" Or how? What do you
So
mean?
I think it's been 6 years. We've had 1, 2, 3 games on other consoles. Then they just started remaking the old games for the newer consoles ish. And I was really hoping for, some kind of announcement on Kingdom Hearts 3. I was really hoping for something like, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3. And now I think the closest word we got
2.8.
was, we got
okay.
2.8 coming out. And now that we got, I think they just said it's along and it's somewhere, but I think we're going to have to push it back, which is more than Sony normally gives people. They normally just say, hey, we got this game that's coming out.
That's
Crickets.
definitely Square, I think, more so than Sony. Like Sony doesn't really have a huge hand in their development. And for Persona 5, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that Persona 4 seemed to explode so much that halfway through development, they're just like, oh shit. Like,
It was at the end of the PS3 cycle too. So
Yeah.
they didn't know if they wanted to stay with one and go to the next or ultimately do both.
it's a matter too of like, well, this is exploding so much now. We have this much money to make a game. Now we need to use this money. We need to up the production value. we need to make this a better product overall. Which, I mean, when you look at Persona 5 screenshots, I mean, because it's out in Japan, that is like the most stylish RPG I've ever seen. Like it's levels of like Suda 51 style. I don't know if that name means anything to you guys. It does to you? No More Heroes and such?
I have that on Wii.
Wait,
Isn't
where
that the
were
only
you
thing-
when we were just talking about this?
He was not.
He was
focusing.
Okay.
being Keith.
We were talking about No More Heroes earlier?
Yeah.
Shit, my bad, dude. Because it was announced for the Switch or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Anti-Switch is Keith. So I feel like I
we
have
had
the.
that
Thanks for being here.
conversation.
Yeah.
I could have totally helped you out on that.
What are you doing?
So
Kicking it.
I kind of just Googled like a list of games that are supposed to be coming out in 2017.
Hold on. I wanna
yeah,
let me
John,
do
go
my-
ahead.
After you. Sorry, we skipped me, so
So-
I was coming back, but after you.
Wait, did we
Donkey
skip
Kong.
you?
No, yeah, I couldn't think of
So
anything.
to recap,
that's right.
to recap, I have the least sexiest answer right now, in my opinion, where it's Tekken, and then Resident Evil and Fractured Butthole, Persona 5, of course.
And Persona 5.
Yeah.
Persona 5,
I've
of course.
basically taken his two answers.
That's okay.
Well, and I'm gonna take by default Persona 5 and Fractured But Whole, but I will add Horizon Zero Dawn for PS4, done by the guys who did Killzone.
you're gonna have to educate me on what that is.
That one is a it's like, how would you say it? It's like a
Robot dinosaurs.
Holy shit! That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, robot dinosaurs.
yeah. It's like it's post-apocalyptic prehistoric.
Did you play Mass Effect as well?
Nope.
Because it seems to have Mass Effect dialogue style. put
Yeah,
into
it's
it
an
too.
action RPG. It's
hunting game. too.
Yeah, yeah. It takes place like post-apocalyptic. I can't even say that word.
I've already said it 7 times today. It's okay.
Yeah. But there's robot dinosaurs, and you're like,
That's gonna be dope to see where they came from.
yeah. And that looks really cool, and it's done by the Killzone guys who've done nothing but Killzone games up to now. And
So then now they're finally
they
focusing
finally get to
on
do
a
something
new baby.
new. Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
So that's awesome. I'm really excited for that. I'm also really excited for Danganronpa V3 that's
yeah.
coming out on PS4 and Vita. Because the first 2 games were dope, and I'm playing Ultra Despair Girls right now, and I've watched the anime that wraps up the first 2 games, and this new game's supposed to be its own thing. It's a new thing, and I can't wait to play that.
Dope is dope.
So that's probably what I'm going to do is, Horizon and Persona and Resident Evil and South Park and Danganronpa. That's going to take it up.
11037.
So I had to cheat and kind of Google what
watched
was supposed to come out.
I watched episode 1 of that anime yet last night.
So inside joke.
talk.
Yeah.
What games are coming out?
So I cheated to Google what games were coming out so I'd know some answers. And I guess the only one that I can look forward to that I know that's probably coming out, maybe like I've been kind of depressed with games that came out this year because I bought into the hype train of things. So
You just pre-ordered a Switch during the podcast.
that one. So I make
real.
mistakes.
That's real.
Choo choo, motherfucker. Hype train.
Yeah, so I make mistakes. So I'm looking forward to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's
because
right.
I was like, oh yeah, that is supposed to come out in 2017. So Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because super huge Marvel vs. Capcom fan, and during E3 it says this game's supposed to come out this year, but I doubt it. The 20s whatever Becoming Human, it was like the guy was like a robot and he was like talking another robot from killing this girl on a ledge.
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit Becoming Human. I was like, that trailer looked awesome.
It's the Heavy Rain guys.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully this game's better than Beyond Two Souls.
Besides everything that was wrong with Beyond Two Souls, what was wrong with Beyond Two Souls? Besides everything.
You're like, I know it was a bad game, but why was it a bad game?
Spoiler, never really beat Beyond Two Souls.
Oh,
Kind
God.
of just. We got so far and then me and Lizzie got bored and we're like,
Yeah, and
We
rightfully
ruin
so.
all the games for the pub. Do we even have a following?
we totally have a following.
Do we really?
No.
I have
Oh,
5
damn it.
subscribers on the YouTube channel.
That's
I
how that
think
works.
4 of
Wait till
them
we
are
get to
in
Final
here.
Fantasy VII playthrough.
When we get cousin Phil doing the Final Fantasy dub,
I
Womp.
think we need to have you play Heavy Rain.
I'll do it, man.
You gotta shake that orange juice.
Oh, can we go back on something that I put a pin in that maybe you guys forgot about?
I probably forgot.
I definitely forgot.
It's about whether or not it's worth buying a brand new game at shelf cost.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to hear about this.
Keith, John, and I talked about it a little bit sometime this week. We felt like it's only really worth buying it right off the shelf if you're loyal to, like, so Keith with Final Fantasy, hands down, he's buying that right away because why the hell?
Final
Never
Fantasy
had this
fanboy.
conversation.
No,
like you and I did.
it was just you and I. Sorry, Keith, I lumped you in, brother. It was just John and I.
You're just that loved, Keith. You're
So
just
like,
that loved.
but like, if you're loyal to the franchise, you're gonna you know buy it right away, or if you like the previous game, or if you really want to get a jump start or get invested on the online play, like so what some cats do for Call of Duty, and which I don't do, but what some guys do for Call of Duty, like they want to be on top on online. But other than that, those are really the only 2 points I could think of why you would want to buy a game right from Jump Street.
So the reason I normally buy a game right from jump is because I know if I'm eventually going to buy it. So like I said, I like to play games with my wife. So I have to buy everything digitally.
Okay.
Digital shit doesn't go on sale in the PlayStation Store. And if it does, it's like irrelevantly later. Or for some reason, Christmas time for
Well, you can pick
Battlefront.
up Final Fantasy 15 for like $40, like a month later.
Oh, I actually bought that physically on sale
Like
with a
34?
15%. I don't know. It's actually just at like Target. They're having like a buy 2 games, get 1 half off type thing. And then my wife had the 15% coupon that day, plus a 5% coupon from the pharmacy. So like I ended up spending like $30 on that game because I knew she wasn't going to play that. So I'll get my fighting games physically cheaper because I know she's not going to play those with me. But like any game that I think she's going to play with me, I might as well just get day one because they're not going to get on sale for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's really dumb that digital games cost the same as physical games because it's cheaper for the company to put out a digital than physical.
Exactly.
And you're right too, because digital games they'll get discounted, but it takes a lot longer.
Like years, unless there's this crazy sale.
Yeah.
So on that subject, I bought the original Watch Dogs for like $10, digital copy, right? And I enjoyed it so much, so I bought Watch Dogs 2 the day that it came out.
To show your good faith. Yeah.
Show my good faith because I had so much fun playing the first one. And the other ones I did that with this year were Uncharted 4. I think John did as well because I enjoyed the first 3 quite a bit. And Doom because all the old school Doom games, like that's kind of what I grew up on, that and Pokemon. We're just like
You are a fucking weenie.
we're just like here and here. It's like Doom and Pokemon.
I think some of it comes down to some people want to get it day one. Kind of like when someone binge watches a Netflix show, they want to be the first person to say that they beat it, and they want to be the first person to write a review about it. So like I feel like some games, like when Persona 5 came out in Japan.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was about to
the
say.
amount of English, like non-Japanese speaking people that start streaming it on Twitch was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you want to be the first person to say that you beat the game. You want to. Oh man, I was. What game was it? Yeah, it was Persona 3. It was Persona 3. I was playing it because I wanted to look on Reddit and stuff about like the everything about it. But I was like, man, I got to finish this game so I can talk to people about it and like share stories with it. I feel like that's a big part of what gamers do now is they want to be able to talk on social media about like, the game that they're playing. So they buy it day one and get it done as fast as possible.
That's good. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
And small people use this as their way of living, so they have to buy games on release or try and get early copies too.
It's like with Destiny. I listened to the podcast that IGN did. The raid came out 3 days after. I think it was 3 days after the new DLC came out, and these guys were playing like 13-hour days, just grinding enough to get to the light level, the high enough level to get into the raid. and they were complaining and bitching and moaning about how they had to do that to get to this raid, and everyone's like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to be the first guy to beat the raid. Like, you didn't have to spend.
Going for world's first, man, because they want their name on not a plaque that doesn't actually exist.
Like they want, these guys wanted to be the first people to beat this raid, so they spent 30 some hours in 3 days just to get to the right level, just to get into it.
Did they end up doing it?
No, I don't think they actually got.
I don't
world's
think those
first.
guys did. I think someone else did, but it was just like these guys want to be first so bad that they're gonna just put in this work just to. They complain about it later. You're like, dude, that's
Like, I have no problem paying $60 for a day one launch title. Like, think about your most favorite game of all time. How much would you be willing to spend for that game?
yeah.
$60 is nothing anyways. If you think about, if you go out on a date,
That's one night.
just like dinner
A
alone.
video game is however long you want.
Where the
want
fuck
it
you
to
taking
be.
your dates? I just take them to
$40
McDonald's.
plus drinks. Yeah. When your girlfriend's 17 years old, Neil, she'll put up with that shit. All right.
She's not 17.
Trying to get
Going
in
to the sock hops
She's
in
18.
the
All right,
local
guys,
high
know that.
schools.
No, she's 21 now.
junior high dance and shit. Volunteering to be a chaperone. Like, we don't know why. But
Holy shit.
Shots fired.
But yeah, Persona
Like, I
5
mean-
day one.
day one, like, that game is worth more than $60 to
Yep.
me.
How much is the special edition, limited edition?
I don't
I'm just
buy
talking
those.
about like the content
Yeah.
that you're
Right,
getting.
right. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I really like digital copies more. So part of me is still thinking, like, I could just get the special
Well,
edition.
why do you like digital copies more?
I'm curious
because then I
too.
don't have to fucking deal with load times.
Why do you want to destroy the market?
Well, no. So that's the thing. What I was thinking about doing was I'm pre-ordered for the special edition. I just leave that in its case and I buy it digitally.
Okay.
So you're a sick
now
fuck.
now you're just wasting money.
That's like $140. I know. I'm trying to talk myself out of it. It's like,
Well,
fuck.
just open the fucking the special
Play the
edition.
digital.
I have to buy the Switch and Zelda, so that's $350 already.
Oh shit! I do gotta buy Zelda.
Yeah, I know.
Pre-order.
It's your Zelda machine.
You better get on that phone, young man.
Well, I don't have to pre-order Zelda. There's gonna be plenty of Zelda. There's just gonna be no Switches.
Yeah.
It's probably smart. I want
Like-
Zelda on the day it's out in the same box as my Switch, so I just got them at the same time.
So like
Hell yeah.
I'm finding the controllers for the NES Classic. Those are out.
Yeah.
I can find those. No
Yeah.
problem. NES Classics.
I'll tell you what.
I don't want an NES
Give me
Classic.
give me
I want-
$60 and I'll get you a computer that has a bunch of NES ROMs on it and 2 USB ports.
I have a Raspberry Pi at home already.
You could probably
On
get a
the-
Raspberry
on the
Pi
Windows
cast
shelf?
or like case that will go over it. Look like a.
I've also got a 3D printer at home, so I can just make the case as well.
There you go.
Do you make guns and stuff like in Watch Dogs 2? Can you make guns in your 3D printer?
Are you
I can
actually
make guns
DedSec?
in-
Are you Marcus?
Just gets up and
and he's leaving the table.
He is taking off his glasses.
I always thought that was
He is
really
in his
fun.
hood.
He's
he's pulling out a 3D printed gun.
He's now
buying-
covering his face with a.
I wasn't
handkerchief.
upset that they did that
He's
at all.
buying Zelda.
It's like that you could make your drone and your weapons in a 3D printer. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I thought it was
So-
like a good justification for just having access to it, right?
Yeah.
So the only problem I have with that like concept is how much more there actually goes into that than just than just being like, oh yeah, your 3D printer like
Here's an
prints-
AR-15.
It
No,
prints out the
yeah,
gun,
yeah.
it puts the gun together, it puts
Yeah.
all the mechanics in the gun, and it
And
makes
the,
sure.
and the spray paint job that you want, the custom
Yeah,
paint job.
like-
You don't actually have to wait for it to dry.
That's right.
It's like GTA when you walk in and you lose all your stars when you change your color of your car.
Yeah,
Gone.
I get where you're
Paint
coming
spray.
from because I kind of felt that same way too. But then like the rationale hit me that
Well,
when you're
I at
cooking
least
something in
want-
a video game, it's not like you're like I need to scramble these eggs first.
well,
they're over scrambled.
I've been playing Overcooked, so that requires prep work. So
It's in the title.
You're fired.
so I at least want like two separate sections of like, hey, print out your raw materials that you're using, and here's a bench to actually like put that shit together. Because I can print out all the parts for a fucking quadcopter. I'm not gonna put together a fucking quadcopter because that shit looks tedious as balls. And I don't have the patience for all the electronics that's gonna go into that.
Quadcopter's a drone.
Oh my god, guys, we're getting close to 3 hours.
No shit.
Yeah, I was supposed to be gone like an hour ago.
Well, how do we wrap this up then?
Whoa.
I think we wrap this up with some introductions.
For the longest time.
We'll do that in the background when we do
Whoa.
this. My name's Buck.
For the longest
My name's John. I'm on this podcast. Pass it off to my left.
Oh, I'm your left.
You're the left.
My name's Neil.
I'm
Check it
Cookie.
out.
I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't
And on
happened
drums.
for the longest time.
Keith Goodman.
AKA Artie Strongman.
SoundCloud.com/ArtieStrongman.
I'm Jeff. I'm from Iowa.
For the longest, I'm the resident black. Waiting goodnight to